I'm actually filming this video the day that last week's video went out, so I apologize that I am so late, but Dante Wright is another black man that was wrongfully killed by police during the Derek Chauvin trial, which, if you don't know, is the man who killed George Floyd last summer. And we're still protesting and still fighting to make sure that man is, I don't know, put anywhere where he can't cause harm, which I don't really know how that's gonna turn out. Obviously, by the time this video comes out. So please keep checking out the links down in the description, especially the first one, the Black Lives Matter Movement Fund. There has been a lot of things that I've retweeted about how to help Dante Wright's girlfriend and son, but I know it kind of gets lost in the other information that I retweet and reblog on Tumblr and Twitter, so please keep checking out the Black Lives Matter Movement link, because those are going to be the links where we can do things like that, sign any petitions, donate to anybody else that needs it at the moment, so please keep checking out those links, and please, I mean, obviously take care of yourself, but especially if you're a white ally, keep yourself up to date as much as possible and do whatever you can to make sure that these fucking animals get put in prison for murdering innocent people. Hello Friendzies, welcome back to my channel. I apologize, this is another one of those videos that the tone is so different from the beginning message. But today, I wanted to go back to my phone and do Twitter drafts that I have not tweeted yet, because I'm hilarious, but I don't think if I tweet them they're gonna get the recognition they deserve. Part 2. I don't remember what I called it last time, but that's the long-winded version of it. So let me just get Twitter open. And we're gonna go to my drafts. All right, you guys ready for this? Because I think I'm hilarious, but I am not. I have followers on Twitter. I have like a good amount of followers on Twitter, but that doesn't mean all my tweets get seen all the time, especially with, you know, the information that we're constantly putting out. And honestly, I'd much rather have all the information, all the links, all the retweets and everything of current events and how to help innocent people being harmed and wronged in this country. And all over the world, more than my funny tweets. But one day, if the world is calm enough, I have some funny tweets that I think are hilarious. Let me just start reading them. Okay. This is going to be a long video of me just laughing at myself and what I think is funny. We're going to start, oh god, there's so many. I'm going to start at the bottom and go up. And the first one is Greg Universe is a himbo king. Now, I never finished Steven Universe. I missed quite a bit. I didn't watch a lot of it either, just because of different reasons. But one thing I know for sure, and nobody can tell me any different, Greg Universe is a himbo king. Dumb, strong, drinks respect women juice, takes care of his son, is a millionaire. He has money. I know he has money. Himbo king. I love him. Moving on. Oh, why is that sideways? The next one is, it says knocking on my skull, so this baby can hold so many self-inserts. That's true, it can, because let's see, I'm on a Marvel kick right now, especially with Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Hint hint, that's kind of what next week's video is about, but not really, it's really just about Bucky. I have, 2 me being a superhero self-inserts, with one with my friend and one just by myself. I have a Regency AU in my head. I've never watched Bridgerton either, but different clips of it that I've seen, like TikToks and stuff I've seen, are inspiring that one. I have one that I haven't talked about yet. Ooh, fancy. It kind of goes with my family cottage. So many self-inserts in this baby, and that's just Marvel related, let alone any of the other ones. So woohoo! The next one I have, I didn't have his name in the tweet, and that's also why it's like a draft, because I didn't know how to spell his name at the moment, and then I just left it because I didn't feel like looking up his name. I put Rick Riordan killed off Charles Beckendorf because he was too sexy and powerful. I have not finished the Percy Jackson books yet. I know I put that video out like probably a year ago at this point. I have not finished them. I still have to read the last 2, but I have been on the internet long enough that sometimes things get spoiled, and you know what? It fucking happens. Whatever. If you didn't know, for the original Percy Jackson series, Percy Jackson and the Olympians, Charles Beckendorf gets killed. Sorry. But it's true. Rick Riordan did kill him because he's too powerful and sexy. Charles Beckendorf. I love Percy with my whole heart. Percy Jackson, he's a good main character. I love him. Charles Beckendorf could have done better. Charles Beckendorf treated Tyson right when Percy didn't. Granted, he treats Tyson better later, but Charles Beckendorf treated Percy right when he did not. I'm serious. If you haven't seen my Percy Jackson video, I'm sure I'll put the card up, but I go off on like a tangent about Beckendorf. I'm in love with this man. And I have only read one book that he's in so far, so I love him. He's not a man. He's like, what, 15? But I love him. I have me not remembering the words for quesadilla. The sour cream and salsa is for the boys, like Saturdays. That was just something I thought was funny one night because I could not remember the word for quesadilla. My mom made quesadillas. Sour cream is for the boys. The boys being quesadillas. Okay, that's not funny. That's just white people humor. Oh, next one. Why is the funeral parlor industry so competitive? Why is it so competitive? I live in New England, and my mom and I take the back roads to go everywhere. I'm sure if you live in New England, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And there's a couple towns that we drive through sometimes where we turn a corner and there's like a funeral parlor, then another one, and then like you turn the street and there's another one over here. Why? Because I don't think they mean it to look competitive, but it looks like restaurants where like two restaurants are similar cuisines and they are right across the street from each other. It looks like they're competing. Are they? And if so, why? Why is that what you want to win in? Why do so many people, why do you want to win about how many families come and mourn? It's not funny, but it's an important question. This one's not as funny. It was kind of just a think piece because at my work in the break room, there's always like the game show network or the news playing, and the game show network is constant and Family Feud is constantly on the TV. So I said, I wish I wasn't so competitive because I really want to go on something like Family Feud and play the most casual, low energy game and watch people lose their minds. Because if you watch like game shows and shit, people really are like the absolute fucking most hype. And I can't tell if that's like, we're on reality TV, so we're really playing it up. We are not paid actors. Or if it's like genuine, like you are gonna win something, so you're like genuinely excited. I don't know how I would act on an actual like game show, but I want to go on like a game show and like consciously be like the most low energy, just like, you know, like Family Feud where you go up, and you have to like, whoever presses the button first, like gets to go and their family gets to answer the questions. I want to go up and just be completely like so low energy. Like the person in front of me is like freaking out and like slams the button. I just want to be like, and make my guess. Because I think it would be funny because I feel like that show too, that show especially, and like with Steve Harvey and everything, I feel like people go like very extra and very crazy. So I think it would be hilarious if I was on there and I was just like, oh yeah, pockets, Steve. Just like, because I feel like he'd be like, are you okay? I think it's funny. This whole thing is just what I think is funny. Oh, this one's not funny, but for anybody who doesn't have vertigo, this is a little educational moment. I do have vertigo. If anybody wants a video about that, I can talk about it. I don't know a lot about it. It would just be a video about personal experience. But anyway, I put I have in my drafts, vertigo is super fun because it's your brain playing spin the bottle with itself as the bottle, which it's true. The sensation is literally like you're dizzy constantly for no fucking reason. So that's super fun. It does feel like that because sometimes I feel like instead of my vision moving, it's my brain moving, so. I know I tweeted this around Christmas time. I know I did. Not tweeted. Why do I keep saying tweeted? It's in my drafts. These are not out yet. I put in my drafts, unfortunately, Grandma would sue the pants off of Santa. Has anybody else seen Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer? Because that is a hilarious movie. I grew up with it, and when that movie actually like came out on like DVD, VHS, whatever, we were living with one of my grandmothers at the time, so when I got excited and like yelled I got this movie, my mom wouldn't let me say the title of the movie out loud because they were worried that my grandmother was gonna get upset, which, why would you buy it for me? But anyway, there's a fucking, if you haven't seen it, it's a whole thing. But then there's two ladies, and one of them's a brunette and one of them's a redhead. And this is a Christmas movie. This is a children's Christmas movie, and they suddenly are in like fancy skirts and like fruit hats. And they're doing like, I don't know if it's supposed to be a Spanish dance. I'm honestly not sure. They're doing some kind of like little dance and they're singing a song and it goes, Grandma's gonna sue the pants off of Santa. And it's like, what? What? And then I think that was me more of as like an adult being like, yeah, grandma's a rich old white lady and probably a conservative. She probably would sue the pants off of Santa. Oh, these next two are funny because my cat just was off to the side here and just went away, and she's probably gonna go hide because I'm being loud. But the first one is Nugget, who is my sweet baby angel cat. I said, Nugget smells like an old woman's house all the time and I don't understand. Do any of you have grandparents or like elderly relatives or just like elderly people that you visit? Doesn't their environment, like their bedroom, their house, like where they are, like in a nursing home, does it smell kind of like mothballs and like kind of like musty? It kind of smells like an attic. My beautiful angel cat Nugget, when I love her and pet her and put my face in her fur, because that's what you do to cats, you annoy the shit out of them, she smells like that. She smells like an old person's home or environment all the time. She's a healthy cat. Both of my cats are very healthy. I have a lot of perfume and a lot of like candles and stuff, and she's in that direct environment. She's not old either. She's gonna turn 6 in May, and I'm gonna cry because she's my baby, but she smells like an old woman's house. And the only reason I say old woman specifically is because my mom loves helping old people, and she's brought me along to do that with her. And I know what old people houses smell like. Nugget smells like an old person's house. And then I said, you mixed up the gendered cat food bowls. It ruined Christmas, Janet. Our cats do have gendered cat food bowls. I genuinely didn't even realize or know, but we have 2 blue bowls for Nugget, or 2 blue bowls for Simba and 2 pink bowls for Nugget. Even though Nugget's color is more purple, and honestly, I think Simba's color is more of like corduroy brown. I am a crazy cat lady. Thank you for asking. Those are more their colors, but we have blue and pink bowls for them. Because they're a boy and a girl. Like, I don't know. I genuinely didn't even mean to do that. Like, I don't believe in, like, gender stereotypes and shit like that. But apparently I do because I bought all of the bowls. Like, I paid for them. I don't know who Janet is either. I try to be funny. I think this one's funny. I said, straight people need to stop using queer music on TikTok. You guys have the entire Big Time Rush discography, and what more do you want? Because a thing on TikTok is there'll be a song. What is the song? That's like a better recent thing. It's by Ashniko. And it's me and your girlfriend playing dress up. And it's like all the straight girls like took that song and made videos about it, but they used some of the language in that song. And instead of saying the words, they like and act like it's like a slur or like a bad word or something. And it's not. It's just like made for queer people more than it's made for you. And I feel like a lot of songs by like queer artists or like that talk about queer experiences on TikTok get turned into like funny dances, which is like kind of whatever, because I feel like it's not really hurting anybody, but at the same time it is kind of irritating to see something that you like deeply relate to be used for like a TikTok dance by white people that don't know how to dance. So I said that, but now thinking back to it, I said Big Time Rush because one of my best friends is absolutely obsessed with Big Time Rush, absolutely loves them. But let's be real, Big Time Rush is like bisexual anthems. Every single song off of every single album is like a bi experience, and I'm claiming that now because I'm a bisexual and I can. So, switching tabs in my brain sounds like the Ocarina of Time inventory menu. Just look up Ocarina of Time like inventory and you'll hear the song, because it's 4 screens and like you can switch between the 4 screens, and every time you switch between the screens it goes through, 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 and if you're on like your inventory screen and you go from item to item, it goes through, through, through. It's a great sound. That's what it sounds like in my brain when I'm trying to go from like self-insert to like work mode. That's what I hear. I said my friend, I like at her Twitter handle. There you go. My friend told her husband that I don't speak to men willingly, and honestly, that's the truest statement you'll ever hear about me. It is very true. I forgot the conversation it was, but her and I were chatting one day, and she told me that she told her husband that, you know, I did something, and he was like, oh, really? That's crazy. And she was like, yeah, well, you know, Heather doesn't talk to men willingly. It's very true. If you see me talking to a man, 9 times out of 10, I'm probably like biting the inside of my cheek because I don't want to be there in that moment. So good looking out, bud. You know who you are. I can just say Nicole. I don't know why I don't know say Nicole. It was Nicole. Oh my god, this next one is great. This next one is fantastic. This video is going to be so long because I need to explain this one. Okay. Had a whole brain adventure in the shower about making an OnlyFans, and Zoella apparently coming for me because it's inappropriate to my fan base on YouTube. Like, where do I go in the conditioner in the stream? I swear to God, I wasn't even watching a Zoella video. I wasn't. I took a shower one night, and for some reason in the shower, you know, doing my, body wash, shaving my legs, brushing my teeth, conditioning my hair, I had this whole fucking adventure that I was like a bit more popular on YouTube, and I made an OnlyFans account. I never talked about it on here. I didn't make any videos of it. No specific reason. I just didn't want to. But I like mentioned it on Twitter and like on Instagram, I think, and was just like, hey, putting it out there, I have an OnlyFans. Go check it out if you're age appropriate and all that. And for some fucking reason, Zoella made this whole thing. She did something because she never like tagged me for some reason in my brain. She never tagged me, but she did something that I could see that she like acknowledged that I had tweeted this, and then made like a whole fucking Twitter thread about how it's like inappropriate for certain audiences on YouTube for people to have an OnlyFans, which is so wild because I don't know anything about Zoella anymore. I know that she's having a baby, which is very cute and exciting. But I don't really follow Zoella anymore, but I know she was like called out or something for like people didn't like that she was talking about like vibrators or something on like her blog. So I don't know where this came from. But yeah, in my brain, she did like this whole Twitter thread, and then like I had responded and I was like, why don't you worry about like your little fucking beauty line or something instead of other people's business? And it became like a whole fight. And then she made a video that was very like at you but not at you kind of video. She made a whole video about like calling me out about the OnlyFans thing. So I made a response video that said, all right, Zoella, let's talk in the title. And it was a whole thing because then I got out of the shower and I was like, where did that come from? I don't know where I went in the conditioner in the shower steam, okay? I have no idea. But yeah, I had to tweet it because or put it in my drafts because I needed to, I needed to know what, like, I needed to make sure that was actually real and I didn't just, like, black out in the shower. And then I'm gonna follow it up with something that is just, like, completely not relevant at all. I put in my drafts, yes, it did in fact take me this long to realize that Diego Hargreaves and I are the same person. If you have watched Umbrella Academy, I haven't read the comics, so I'm not going to say read the comics graphic novel. But if you watch the Umbrella Academy, Diego Hargreaves and I are in fact the same person. There's a lot of comparisons, and there's going to be a video next week that's kind of a comparison video. And maybe further down the line I'll do a Diego one because we are the same person. Oh, and then I said, what the fuck was the man bear pig nonsense? What was that? Anybody who grew up in the 2000s and 2010s, what was that? I graduated in 2014, and in 8th grade, so like 2009, I went to this thing called Nature's Classroom. I don't know if anybody else is going to know what that is. I think the New Englanders will know what that is, but I don't know if anybody else will. Nature's Classroom was like the first time I heard about it, and there was this whole man bear pig thing. I have no idea what that's from. I asked so many people to explain it to me. Nobody ever did. I don't understand what it is. Can somebody please tell me? Okay. Put down in the comments what the fuck a man bear pig is, because I still don't know. I am 25 years old and I don't know. Next I said, fuck your star sign. What episode of Eat the Menu is your favorite? My favorite episode of Eat the Menu, if you don't watch it, it's the Try Guys who were part of BuzzFeed and then left, and they are doing like their own thing. And then Keith Harrisberger does Eat the Menu. My favorite episode is in fact the Arby's episode, even though it makes me fucking nauseous to watch it. My mom's favorite episode is Olive Garden. I feel like that says a lot about you. In a joking way, I think it says more about you than your sun, your moon, and your rising signs. So tell me what episode of Eat the Menu is your favorite. Titties out on a Tuesday afternoon. That's just, you know, my life. Ass flash news hole. You know, just thinking some thoughts. Head empty. Just ass flash news hole. Girl Scouts Girl Scouts know how to market better than any business major ever. That is specifically because my mom and I went out to like a shopping outlet thing to run a couple errands, and right at like, it's an outdoor kind of thing, and right at like one of the front walkways there was this whole troop of Girl Scouts with like a big table selling cookies, and it was like a busy Saturday. Those kids know exactly what the fuck they're doing because their table was like empty. We weren't there very late in the day and their table was empty. They had so little boxes left over. Those kids know exactly how to market. Business majors pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to learn how to be good at marketing. These kids already fucking know. And they're like 7. Magneto was right. Magneto was correct. I do support Magneto. Y'all, I know Sebastian Stan would fall in love with me the instant he met me, so let's get this going, shall we? That also goes for Chris Evans. Chris Evans would date me as well the second he met me. I know he would. I am delusional, thank you for asking. I said I bought dice for this motherfucker, shaking my damn head. It's true. I'm gonna let you guys in on some personal stuff. I made a video called My Love Life Summed Up by Dodie Clark Songs, and I mentioned in that video a flirtation, and I said something to the flirtation, and I was like, but this doesn't apply to you, just in case they decided they were gonna watch my video, because the two of us subscribed to each other's channels and we were following each other on a bunch of different social media. I bought dice for this person because they had invited me to like hang out and play D&D with their friends, and that was a whole thing. And then that didn't work out, and it wasn't messy because all I did was look at their message and wipe my hands clean of it and like kind of ghosted them, but also they kind of deserved it. So I bought dice for this motherfucker, and glitter and cookie crumbs on my titties feels right. It's very true. I think I was sitting outside in like a cute outfit, like on my front porch, and I think I was eating, so then I looked down and it was just glitter and cookie crumbs, which like, I feel like glitter and cookie crumbs kind of describes me as a person, so it works. I said I will never work on Father's Day because that's self-care with like flower emojis and star emojis, because that is self-care for me. Said might fuck around and make Karis' story a fanfic. I might. If you guys don't know who Karis is, I'm gonna make a whole video about her. And I don't remember if I talked about it in my videos about TikTok last year, but I might have. And if you follow me on TikTok, hi, hello, you know who Karis is. I may make her story a fanfic because I think it's pretty cool. And I like where I'm going with it. And I like where the rest of that story is gonna kind of go on some TikToks when I finish that story. So I might fuck around and make it a fanfic, who knows? This one kind of goes back to the Father's Day tweet, but I said I wish all the other people abused by a parent a very chance to beat the shit out of them. I do, because I wish that for myself too. So, anybody out there, I love you and I hope you get that one day. I said, I think we as a society have moved past the need to describe anything involved with cheese as ooey gooey ever again. Absolutely. That shit is disgusting. There's a fucking ad, I think it's like for McDonald's or something, that plays on YouTube, and anytime anybody calls anything with cheese ooey gooey, I want to throw up. I hate it. It sounds wrong. You know how a lot of people, and I'm sorry if you're one of these people, you know how a lot of people get uncomfortable with the word moist? Ooey gooey is that for me. I fucking hate it. I hate it. And we don't need to do this. We as a society have come such a long way. We do not need to do this. Oh, and then the last one I have in my drafts is my newest revelation, the Mapletown and Calico Critter to Animal Crossing pipeline. When I was a little girl, one of my favorite things to watch of all time ever was this show called Mapletown. And if you don't know it, this was the little slogan. It was like a whole song because it was a theme song. And then it was, it's fun to get to Mapletown. My favorite place to be, Mapletown and me. And I lived for Mapletown. And last week's video, I talked about how I'm a slut for Animal Crossing and how I have like this whole long love story with the game itself and how I'm gonna get a freaking peach tattoo. That's the wrong arm. Peach tattoo on my arm. So the Mapletown and Calico Critter to Animal Crossing Pipeline, and honestly, I kind of want to do research into it because Mapletown is what, like, I know, and they had Mapletown toys, and I found Mapletown toys on eBay because I found the Dandelion Mare, but Calico Critter, and what is it's like Sylvanian Society or something like that, and I think that's like the Canadian version. Those are the things that are like popular, like the things you can get toys from easily. So I don't know what happened with like the Mapletown Calico Critter like rights or something, but I think it's the same thing. They just don't name him Bobby Bear and Patty Rabbit. They just name them, you know, the Rabbit family. The pipeline, the one that point A to point B. We need to discuss it as a society. All right, guys, so that was things that I haven't tweeted yet because I'm hilarious, but I don't think they'll get enough recognition. Part 2. That's not at all what I called the last one. And I made a part 2 because all of the other drafts that I read in that last video, so it's happened twice. The first time is because I got a new phone and I moved everything over from obviously one phone to the other, like drafts, or not drafts, apps and photos and all that stuff, so that kind of made sense. But I lost a lot of Twitter drafts, which it kind of didn't make sense, but whatever. And then it happened again. I like updated right after that last video, the last Twitter drafts video, I updated Twitter. Like, it was an app update. I updated it, and it was the one that like changes the layout. Like, you remember how you could access your profile from the bottom, and now you have to access your profile from like a side menu? I did that update and it deleted all of my drafts, and I don't understand why. So these were the drafts that I've been holding on to since that update, and you know, like, I've been doing them here and there. The Animal Crossing one was fairly recent. But yeah, I lost my Twitter drafts twice. So, I mean, if they were funny, which I don't remember because I haven't watched that video in a bit, if they were really good, maybe I'll go back and like listen to what I said and put it back in my drafts, because one day you will see these tweets, I promise, especially if you're following my Twitter. One day you will see these tweets. We gotta get a couple more people out here that I know will appreciate and retweet them. I want to be recognized. I want my hilarity to be a monument. Okay, I don't know where I just went with that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed. Please be checking out the links down in the description, the first ones before my social media. Please be checking out those links, and only check out my social media links if you are having trouble finding any links to help the Black community, especially in this ridiculous time of like tension and turmoil on top of what was already happening since last summer. But yeah, thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye! Do any of you do makeup and then have to sit down for like an hour before you finish getting ready? Because that's what I had to do today, and it was a lot.